All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Lights here in Townsend, Montana. It is the Bigfork Vikings taking on the Townsend Bulldogs, and I know the kids are excited and lucky to be playing tonight here on Friday night, the opening game of the season as the Vikings will travel and take on Townsend. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, live from Townsend, Montana, on a sunny, about 80 degrees and sunshine here in Townsend. The field looks good. The players are ready to play, and we'll get underway shortly. Had an opportunity to talk with first-year head coach Jim Ben just before pregame, and this is what he had to say prior to tonight's ball game. Give me just a second. I'm bringing that up right now. Hopefully you can hear this as I play it. And we'll play that back. Here it is, Bigfork Vikings football Friday night under the lights from Townsend, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows. I'm here with the first-year head coach of the Vikings, Jim Ben. First of all, Coach, welcome to Bigfork Vikings football and Friday nights.
Thanks. Appreciate it. We're looking forward to tonight.
I know you had a little bit of a challenge. You were coming up here this year to actually be just an assistant and kind of with things that happened forced in the head coaching role. And talk about that and how you were able to prepare the team and what went on during the summer to get this team ready for the season.
Well, I had been dialed up to be the offensive coordinator, so, it's a fairly easy transition from that, and this is my third head coaching position, so as they say, it's not my first rodeo. So we'll just kind of lay the template of what I've done in the past on some other things, and it's football, and it's high school, so we'll roll with it.
Well, I figured that, you've had a stint at Ronan High School, also coached over at Manhattan, and also a couple years at Malta, and then last year's the offensive coordinator down at Loyola. Now, how does it feel to be back in the Valley and coaching in the Flathead Valley?
Really love it. It's been a great move all the way around. Obviously, my son's going to be a senior this year. We're more than happy.
So, last year's team finished 3-6 overall. I mean, they were a few extra points away from upsetting the number 1 seed Red Lodge. I went down to that game. It was a heck of a game played by the Vikings, and you have a lot of those players back from last year. You only lost 5 seniors, 3 on the line, and then a tight end and a running back. But talk about this year's team and what you have looking forward to in tonight's first game. Luckily, we were able to play here in Townsend.
Yeah, we're number 1. Really excited we just get to play. Number 2, having coached against Bigfork last year, you can see that the potential. They just were young, and they were making young guy mistakes, and another year, and you add a piece of the puzzle here and there, and we have the likelihood of being a pretty solid and competitive team this year.
I have to agree with you on that. Watching that last year's team being young and only the 5 seniors, that their potential was in the future. And Bigfork Vikings football has been strong, since basically 2009 when they came back to Class B. So talk about Townsend, your opponent tonight. What do you have to do, or what do you have to do to stop them? If you looked at film on them, to be able to compete with them tonight and put a W on the board?
It's a first game, so the primary way to win a first game is to make less mistakes than your opponent. And so that's going to be our focus tonight is, there are going to be mistakes, or, there are going to be people misaligned. It's the first time out the gate, so we've got to just kind of roll with the bad things that happen, and how we respond to the bad things will ultimately tell the tale.
Well, I know for me, it's exciting. I was talking all summer I saw some of the kids umpiring baseball. I go, we're going to have football because I need to get back out there and call some of these games and see what's going on. And excited about this team this year and the potential that they have. You have a lot of your coaching staff back to help you out. How does that help in the transition with working with the kids?
Oh, it's huge, because people had roles that were already fairly defined, and I was really the only one that had to change my role a little bit, and so we were able to roll and have a direction fairly quickly with what was going on. So we're all excited. Everybody's on the same page, and we're going to have like I said, we're going to find out a lot about ourselves tonight.
That's usually happened with the first game. We have a bit of a rival. We've played, Townsend quite a few the last 3-4 years. One year we actually played them twice here. We beat them, and then we beat them in the playoffs as well. Last year took the loss at home 20-14 in the opening game, but different team, and I thought we had an opportunity there. Defensively, how are you guys looking defensively this year?
I think really very solid. Coach Buttry's always done a fantastic job. I'm really enjoying working with him. It takes a lot of pressure off my role when you have someone with that kind of experience. So physical and fast.
Oh, that'll be good to see. Coach, thank you for your time in the pregame show. As always, good luck tonight, and I want to see the Vikings play and see how they do tonight on this new season. So good luck to you and the Vikes, and go Vikes.
Right. Thanks a lot. Look forward to it.
All right, that was listening to head coach Jim Ben, first-year head coach of the Bigfork Vikings, and I had to pause because the national anthem was going on, put my hand over my heart and listen, so I'll let you guys listen along as well. Hey, pregame brought to you by the Bigfork Dental Center. Dr. Aaron Price and team at Bigfork Dental Center are proud to support Vikes and Vals Athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today, 837-5611, or see bigforkdental.com. Well, 406-270-7384 if you can hear me out there. This is Bigfork Vikings football. Friday Night Lights on BFST Events here on YouTube. If you're listening along, we'll have that first game for you and get you the starting lineups here momentarily from Townsend, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, and the starting lineups brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. For all your grocery needs, including an amazing bakery, deli, and much, much more, contact Marcus Balgos and Kelly Balgos and the gang over at Bigfork Harvest Foods, proud supporters of Bigfork Vikings football. 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork at 837-5010. First of all, the starting lineup for the Townsend Bulldogs. It'll be their starting defense. At 5'8", a defensive back, number 2, Braxton Spencer. He's a junior. A sophomore at 152, 5'9", defensive back, Jesus Garcia. Number 4, Braden Rock. He's a defensive end at 6'4" and a junior. Number 5, Trey Hoveland. He's a linebacker at 6 foot even and a junior at 177. Ryan Rock, number 18, defensive back, 6 foot even, 163, a sophomore. Defensive back, 5'7", sophomore, 143. Number 32, Dawson Sweat. Richard Jones, number 44, at linebacker, 5'11", sophomore. Number 45, Klaus Rauser is a linebacker at 5'11" and a junior. Wade Leachman, 51, linebacker, 5'10", 201 pounds, and a senior. Tyzer Sangre, number 60, is a defensive lineman at 6'1", 204 pounds, a junior. And rounding out the starting defensive lineup for the Townsend Bulldogs, Carson LaLacheur, number 75, defensive lineman, 6'1", 176 pound, junior, for head coach Travis Rao. Let's meet your starting defense for your Bigfork Vikings tonight, and I'll do them in numerical order. Actually, we'll start at the D-line. And Luke Benson, number 60, at 5'10", 10-pound senior on the line. And also on the line, a defensive tackle, George Brown, number 77, 6'3", 330 pounds, a junior. The defensive ends for the Vikings, number 67, Fletcher Postlethwaite at 6'2", 240 pounds, and just a junior defensive end. And the senior, Isaac Bjorgi, number 42, 6'1", 210 pounds. The linebackers, number 2, 5'9", junior, 160, Patrick Wallen. Levi Taylor wearing number 3 at 5'10", 205 pounds, a junior linebacker. And the transfer from Loyola at 6'1", 190 pounds, linebacker number 7, Cormac Ben. Also at linebacker is Bryce Gilliard, a 6'3" sophomore, and weighs 175 pounds, wearing number 10 tonight. The defensive backs, George Buckler, number 11, 5'10", 165 pound, and a junior. Also a defensive back, Jackson Abney, junior, and 165, 5'11". And that wraps out your starting lineup for your Bigfork Vikings. First-year head coach Jim Ben. He's assisted by Connor Coleman, Tristan Clark, Ed Buttry, Eric Thornus, and John Hollow tonight. Once again, starting lineup brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. Thanks to all my sponsors for tonight's ball game and able to head out on the road and call the game here from Townsend, Montana, as the Vikings will take on the Bulldogs here momentarily. Wrapping up starting lineups for the Townsend Bulldogs, and then we'll have the coin toss, and we'll get underway here. Also sponsoring tonight, Gilliard Painting, and we'll talk more about them. A fun fact about Gilliard Painting, the winner of the 2020 Best of the Flathead as the #1 best painting contractor. The Montana Athletic Club, Doug Mallon and Nancy Mallon, the group over there at Montana Athletic Club, proud sponsors always of Bigfork Vikings and Valkyrie Sports. And the UPS store, Brad Stodchill and the gang at the UPS store in downtown Bigfork. We'll mention those guys more as we head along. So the first game, it's against Townsend, and next Friday night we'll be home taking on Cutbank, and we'll try to have that on radio as well. It'll be the first time I try to do radio and PA at the same time, so that should be interesting as you follow along. Get used to the players here, and we'll get underway here momentarily from Townsend, Montana. And getting ready to kick off. We'll be back here momentarily from Townsend, Montana. All right, welcome back to Townsend, Montana. James LaFontaine with you. As one captain from each team due to the COVID event, 51 Wade Leachman for Townsend, and number 7 Cormac Ben doing the coin flip. And looks like that Townsend has won the toss. Bigfork will receive, and Townsend will be kicking off here momentarily. From Townsend, Montana, it is the Vikings, and they'll be taking on the Townsend Bulldogs here momentarily, getting ready for kickoff. Well, it shows we're live, so 406-270-7384. Let me know if you're listening out there. And if it's too loud or too soft, we'll catch you on here. So for the Vikings, back deep It'll be number 11, George Buckland, and number 30, that's Wyatt Hurd. Also back deep is number 22, Jackson Nelson. So some speed back there. Kick it off for the Bulldogs. Have to catch that number momentarily. They'll kick off from the 40. And I think I saw him warming up a pregame. It looks like number 5. Excuse me, that'll be number 9 kicking off. Sam Lane for the Bulldogs. About ready to get underway here from Townsend, Montana. The whistle blows, and they're ready to go here. Friday Night Lights kicks it deep all the way back out the 12-yard line. Buckland up the left side, brings it out to the 30, out to the 40, and tackled at about the 40-yard. I think that's about the 39-yard line, taken down by number 57. And I don't have a 57 on this roster that I got from. And there may be a flag. No, check that. Changing the ball at the 39-yard line. It'll be the Vikings football. One receiver left, one receiver right. Shotgun formation for Wallen. And Taylor right next to him on his left. Snap, high snap, hands it up. Check that. It is Cormac Ben as a running back. He'll take it out near the 45. They're going to spot it down about the 30. Check that, the 44-yard line. So pick up of 5. So a good first down for the Vikings. It'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 44-yard line. So Walker out to the left. I formation. Wallen under center. Snap. Gives it up to Ben. Ben takes it out near the first down. He's going to cross the 50 into Townsend territory. And they're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line. And that'll be enough for a Bigfork Vikings first down as he picks up 6 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 right at midfield for the Vikings. Once again, shotgun, or check that, I formation. Ben. Snap. Wallen gives it right up the middle to Levi Taylor. Taylor takes it up down to about the 45-yard line. Going to pick up about 5 on the play. So the Vikings in their line up front are really getting a good push and running the ball right down the field. Coach Ben will tell you it's good to pick up 5 every time on first down. 2nd and 5 now for Bigfork from the 45-yard line of Townsend. Toss out to Ben. Ben across the 45, down near the 42, maybe the 43. We'll have to see where they spot it on the far side. And they're going to spot it. We'll call it about the 42, so 3rd and 2 for the Vikings. One receiver out to the left, I formation, Wallen under center. Trying to get him to jump. Try to hard count, and the Vikings will take a timeout here early with 9:55 here to go in quarter number 1, and the Vikings driving, and they got about a 3rd and 2 from the 42 of Townsend. 406-270-7384. If you can hear me out there, I know that we're live. It says so on the streaming. This is James LaFontaine with you from Townsend, Montana. And Friday Night Lights. Great to be back here on air and calling Viking football. An exciting team this year. Vikings ready, lined up. Townsend not done with their timeout yet. Haven't broke from the sideline. Bigfork ready to go. And they'll go in I formation. It'll be Taylor at the fullback spot. Ben at the tailback spot. Walker Fisher out to the left. Benson. Or check that. George Buckland in the slot out to the right. As they wait for Townsend to finish the timeout and line up on defense before running this play. And then here we go. Line it up, 3rd and 2. Wallen under center. Takes a snap, gives it up to Taylor. And Taylor will cross the 40. And a nice move, breaks to right and back inside does Levi Taylor. He'll take it inside the 40 down to the 39. Picks up 3 on the play and another Bigfork Vikings first down. So they'll line up in I formation again. Buckland in the slot to the right. Walker, Fisher out to the left, wide. Toss to Cormac Ben. Ben will get to the outside. Up the sideline, takes it inside. Down near the 20-yard line, and Ben will be taken down about the 20-yard line. We'll see they spot it at the 21 or the 20. Just outside the 20, we'll call it the 21 and 1st and 10 for Bigfork as they're driving. They'll remain in the I formation. Buckland in the slot. Bjorgi on the line. Fisher out to the left. Under center is Wallen. Wallen right up to Levi Taylor. Breaks it right back up the middle. Was headed right, then takes it back up the middle on the cutback. And take it inside, down near inside the 15, down to about the 13 or 14. It'll be 2nd down and 2, so a pickup of 8 by Taylor on that play. Wallen under center, I formation. Snap, loses it. It's on the ground, and Wallen looks like he pulled out early, did not have the football, loses it, and Townsend recovers. That's too bad because the Vikings were on the move and driving it right down the field. So it'll be turnover on downs, and it'll be 1st and 10 inside the 15, about the 13-yard line for Townsend. So we'll see how Bigfork's defense holds up right here. So 4 down linemen, 2 defensive end, and 2 tackles. And a host of linebackers. Trips to the left for Townsend. Shotgun formation. Looks out, throw it quickly, and thrown a little bit high. Intended there for number 3, Jesus Garcia. And that pass a little tall. Little nerves on that first pass, I believe, by the quarterback. And that's number 4, Braden Rock, a 6'4" junior for Townsend. That brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Single receiver out to the right. Trips out to the left. Single setback shotgun formation is number 5. Check that, Trey Hovland, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. Snap, looking to throw. Throws it out to the corner and caught there. But he's out of bounds as number 4, Braden Rock, comes down with the rock. But he's out of bounds, and that'll be an incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd down and 10. Nothing deep. Coach saying we're going to go from the 13-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for Townsend. We got doubles, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Single setback, shotgun formation is the quarterback, Hovland. Snap, whistle blows, and that usually means illegal procedure, and that's the indicator, initial indicator at least, from the umpire on the far side, or the side judge. False start, and they'll take it back. It'll be 3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs. So Bigfork coming up big here early. And they got to stop him here and cause him to punt. That'll give him good field position. Again, we'll go in doubles. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Single setback right next to him. The snap, looking to throw deep. And overthrowing as the pass intended for number 32, Dawson Sweat. And the Vikings hold on the first series and will force the Bulldogs to punt from inside the 10 and about the 9-yard line. That's exactly where it is. Back deep to receive. It'll be Buckland along with number 9, Isaac Epperly. Received the punt. Back deep the punt is Trey Hovland for the Bulldogs. Just inside his goal line, a high kick off to the right side and sails about the 40-yard line and goes out of bounds. And it'll be marked down at the 40. We'll call it right at the 40. Just short, 40-yard line of Townsend, and a 1st and 10 for Bigfork. So the Vikings go back on offense as they were driving that ball down the field and looked like they were going to score. Like Coach talked about, those turnovers and things that happen, you got to eliminate those. But we'll go in pro formation, split backs. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 in the slot in motion. And handoff as Wallen keeps it inside the 40 as he faked the handoff to Taylor for Bigfork. Brought down about the 38, except that 39. He'll pick up of about 1. We'll call it 2nd and 9. 2 receivers. Out to the left, Buckland and receiver in the slot. Split backs. Motion. Right up to Ben. Ben right up the middle. Takes it out there, the 30. Inside the 30 now, they're up 25. We'll see where they spot it. That's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Vikings. They'll spot it at the 26-yard line. So he picks up 13 on the play. And 1st and 10 for Bigfork. Split backs. Wallen puts him in motion. Hands off to Ben again. Up the right side. Ben down near the 20-yard line, but a flag on the far side. We'll have to see what that is momentarily. Thrown by the side judge. Leachman on the tackle for the Bulldogs. And a sideline warning. I'm not sure which team that was on. Must have been on Townsend because it's on their side by that side judge. And they'll take it down to the 26-yard line. Check that. Make that the 21-yard line. My bad. And 2nd and about 4. Wallen tosses it out. Ben crosses the 20 down near the 18-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. But he'll pick up at least 2, if not 3 yards. And he'll pick up 3. We'll call it 3rd and 2 from the 18-yard line for the Vikings. I formation, Taylor. Ben behind him, Wallen under center. Hands off, gives it up to Levi Taylor. Levi Taylor runs it up the right side, and he'll be close to the 1st down. We'll have to see where they spot it. He needed to get down to about the 17-yard line. So Taylor takes it all the way down to about the 16. Needed 2, got 3. 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 16-yard line. I formation, Wallen under center. Fisher out to the left. Snap, fakes, the counter play. Gives it off. Number 34, Joseph Ferrier on the carry, and he'll lose. 32, Dawson Sweat on the tackle, and he'll lose about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13 for the Vikings. I formation, Wallen will go under center. Taylor, Ben behind him. Buckland, slot to the right. Right to Ben, right up the middle. He's going to go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Excuse me, sorry. As Ben takes it right up the middle on a 2nd and 13 and takes it in the end zone for a touchdown for Bigfork with 5:56 to go here in quarter number 1, and the Vikings take a 6-0 lead. Odd formation, Levi Taylor in the snap. Ben, quarterback, Wallen behind him, and Ben's going to ride it right up the middle and picks up the 2-point conversion. You got to see this. All the offensive linemen except for 3 players are on the far right hash mark. Taylor, the center, with a football underneath. Ben at quarterback. Wallen right behind him. Ben takes direct snap and runs it right into the end zone for 2. 5:56 to go here in quarter number 1, and the Vikings lead 8-0 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. Winner of 2020 Best of the Flat is the number 1 best painting contractor. Interior and exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking. Chip Gilliard, 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive, Bigfork, Montana, 210-7794, or Chip Gilliard at yahoo.com. Contact Chip Gilliard Painting for all your painting needs. We're back here momentarily with a kickoff here in quarter number 1 as the Vikings lead 8-0 on the Gilliard Painting scoreboard. All right, welcome back to Townsend, Montana. Early here in the first quarter with 5:56 to go, and the Vikings lead the Bulldogs 8-0. And Taylor will get ready to kick off for Bigfork. A big shout out to Jim and Becky Fent, listening all the way from South Dakota and heading for Bigfork. It'll be good to see you guys when you get here. Come up, say hi. So Taylor getting ready to kick off for Bigfork. Back deep to receive. Number 3, Jesus Garcia. And looks like number 32, Dawson Sweat. Deep. And here's the kickoff by Taylor. Kicks it deep down near the 20-yard line. Bounce at the 20. And Sweat can't pick it up cleanly. He runs it up the left side and met there as he breaks out of a tackle and takes it up the sideline and brought down there on the far side. Taylor finished him up and looking to see Wallen in on the tackle to get the stop as the Vikings had him stopped down near on the 30-yard line, but let him go and all the way up to the Townsend 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Or check that. That was number 8, Cole McManaway, in on the tackle. A little dinged up on that, and he'll come to the sideline. But at least he stopped Sweat. Sweat didn't pick it up cleanly. Doubles to the right, left, hand off to, and right in the backfield, meeting him right there is Luke Benson. Luke Benson from his defensive tackle position jumps that play and tackles them for no gain, maybe a half a yard loss. A little more than 10. We'll call it 2nd and 10 for Townsend. It's a nice play there by Luke Benson. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. They call that doubles. Well, a single setback Sweat right next to Hovland in the shotgun. Snap by Hovland, looking, rolling right, looking to throw, pulls the weight right there, tosses it, he loses it, and looks like Isaac Bjorgi will come up. He's calling it an incomplete pass. That should be intentional grounding. If he's trying to throw it, that's just lineman, or it's a fumble. They call it an incomplete pass. And it'll be 3rd and 10. But they had him all the way back around the 25-yard line. He just kind of threw the ball out there. There was no receiver in sight. Should have thrown the flag for intentional grounding. Anyway, the Vikings will hold 2 receivers left, 2 right, doubles formation, single setback, shotgun formation is Hovland. Here comes Bjorgi, throw over the middle, late, nearly picked off there by Isaac Epperly, knocks it away as that pass is intended for number 2, Braxton Spencer, and will fall incomplete as Epperly knocks it away. It'll bring up 4th and 10 for Townsend at the 43-yard line. And it looks like Hovland will go in punt formation. Epperly, along with Buckland back deep to receive. Bulldogs move. Tight formation on the punt. Hovland a punt. Kicks it. Nice punt. Kicks it all the way down near the 10-yard line. Buckland picks it up around the 5. Going to bring it out up the right sideline. And I think he's out near the 10 or 15-yard line. We'll see where they spot it here momentarily. Rock on the tackle for Townsend. Outside, I'm going to call it about the 16-yard line. From my viewpoint, it'll be 1st and 10 for Bigfork at their own 16. Shotgun formation. Or check that. Under the center is Wallen. I formation. Going to toss it out to Ben. Ben left side. Cuts back inside. And he'll gain a few on the play. Number 11, Riley Rickmeyer in on the tackle for Townsend. And he'll pick up about 2. We'll call it 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings. Fisher out to the left. I formation, Wallen under center. Taylor, Ben behind him. Buckland in the slot. Snap. Wallen looking to throw. Throws it back across the way, gives it up to Levi Taylor. Levi Taylor making something happen at the right side. Oh, nearly got away. A flag flies in late as Taylor takes it up near the 1st down, but we'll have to see what that flag is momentarily. A block in the back is the call on the Vikings as Taylor tried to make something happen there. And they'll mark it back. Half as if it's a goal. And at about the 10-yard line, 9 or 10, it's hard to see from here. It'll be 2nd down and about 20 for Bigfork. Taylor, rumbling, bumbling. No, make that George Buckland with the slot handoff. Takes it up the middle, takes it out, and got nearly all that yardage back. Takes it out near the 25, and they'll spot it at the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 on a nice play by the Vikings. High formation. Wallen under center. Snapped it. He's going to take it up the right side. It does check that. Levi Taylor on the carry. Up near the 30-yard line. They'll mark it about the 29-yard line of Bigfork, and 1st and 10 with 3:14 to go here in quarter number 1. The Vikings leading 8-0. Split backs. Buckland in motion. Wallen under center. Hands it off quickly. Gives it up to Cormac Ben across the 30. Out near the 31 or the 32. He'll pick up 3. It's 2nd and 7 for Vikings. Wallen will go under center. Split backs. Ben. Buckland in motion. Wallen gets his face mat hit. Keeps going. Trying to get outside. Stiff arm. And taken down there by number 2, Braxton Spencer. He'll pick up about 2 out to the 35-yard line. They'll spot it right at the 35. They need to get to the 39, so that'll bring about 3rd and 4 for Bigfork. Split backs, Wallen, Buckland, and Fisher out to the left. And they don't have the play. And Vikings will have to take a second timeout here in quarter number 1. 2:07 to go here in the first quarter. And the Vikings leading 8-0 on your UPS store scoreboard. For all your printing and shipping needs, contact Brad Stodchill and the gang down at the UPS store. 439 Graham Avenue in Bigfork, Montana, 837-2002. We'll be back more of quarter number 1 from Townsend, Montana, as the Vikings lead 8-0 on the scoreboard. All right, welcome back to Townsend, Montana on a beautiful night. Sunshine out of the west as the Vikings are driving towards the west. Here in quarter number 1, they scored 1 touchdown, 2-point conversion, lead 8-0 on UPS store scoreboard. Shout out to Jack and Donna Grenier listening back in Bigfork, Montana. 2 receivers to the left, and Buckland will go in motion. Split backs. Wallen looking to roll. Gets rid of it. Nice pass out to Bjorgi. Bjorgi out in the midfield. You can take it inside down near the 45 of Townsend. And a nice fake handoff there by Wallen. Rolls out to the right. Completes the pass to the tight end, Isaac Bjorgi. Inside the 50, down to the 47-yard line. It'll be first down, Bigfork from the 47 of Townsend. I formation, Wallen under center. Snap, takes it up, gives it up to Levi Taylor. Taylor takes it across the 45 down near the 44 or the 43, and they're going to spot it at we'll call it the 44-yard line. Picks up about 3, second down and 7 for the Vikes. Tosses it out to Taylor. Or check that Ben. Ben left side. Gets around the corner, up the sideline. Finally taken out of bounds. But that'll be enough for a first down as they take it down to the Townsend 35-yard line. And the Vikings once again with another first down. 1:24 to go here in quarter number 1. I formation, Wallen under center, snap, fakes it. Wallen keeps it up the left side, down near the 30-yard line. And it'll be right about the 31, I believe. Picks up 3, we'll call it second and 7. Wallen will go under center, I formation. Taylor, Ben right behind him. Fisher on the left side, Buckland on the right. Snap, handoff to Ben. Ben takes it right up the middle. Takes it, he's going to break it, nearly breaks it for the touchdown. Stopped at about the 20-yard line. And Sweat on the tackle, but not before the Vikings get a first down. And Ben will get a break here as Wyatt Hurd goes in the ball game. And they'll spot it right at the, check that, the 20-yard line. First and 10, Vikes at the Townsend 20-yard line. I formation, Wallen under center. Gives it to Taylor. Taylor will take it inside the 20, down near the 17. He'll pick up 3, second down and 7 for Bigfork. Buckham will come out. Jackson Abney into the ball game for the Vikes. And as the quarter runs out, your Montana Athletics scoreboard After one complete here in Townsend, Montana, it is 8-0. The Vikings lead, and they're driving on their way to try to score another one. This scoreboard brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's going on at the Montana Athletic Club, you ask me? Weights and machines, cardio machines with internet-capable screens, state-of-the-art light fitness and hammer, strength weight machines, gymnasium, basketball court, swimming pool, locker rooms, Pilates studio, aerobic studio, yoga, spin, indoor racquetball and squash, outdoor tennis, Hex indoor tanning bed, on-site Ask a Trainer concierge desk. New to the MAC, MISA functional training area, 2,500 square feet of functional training area dedicated last year to SAIA MISA, jungle gym daycare, and new recovery room, updated locker rooms, and much, much more. Thanks to Doug Malum and Nancy Malum at the Montana Athletic Club for sponsoring Bigfork High School Athletics. We'll be back with the second quarter from Townsend, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vowels. Glad to be with you here on Friday night. All right, we'll change hands, and the Vikings will head east now. And they'll have a 2nd and 7 at about the 17-yard line. Split backs, Taylor and Ben out to the right, Abney and Fisher. Bjorgi on the right side. Motion goes Abney. Handoff, gives it up to Ben. Ben right up the middle, and met there by number 51, Wade Leachman. And he'll take it down around the 15-yard line. So he'll gain 2 on the play, and that'll bring about 3rd down and 5 for Bigfork at the 15. Split backs, Taylor, Ben. Abney goes in motion, Wall under center, hands it up to Abney. On the fly sweep, Abney takes it across the 10, near the first down on the near sideline. We'll see where they spot that. Rock on the tackle. And he'll take it just inside the 10 at the 9. Needed 5, got 6 on the fly sweep. And 1st and goal for Bigfork at the 9-yard line. Split backs. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Motion goes Abney. Wallen. Misplay. Tosses it out to Taylor late. Taylor on the rough side. Down near inside the 5. Goes Taylor on a broken play. And Taylor takes it in for touchdown Vikings. As Levi Taylor on a broken play takes the toss from Wallen and takes it in for the touchdown. So, weird formation. All the linemen out to the right. They'll come back in normal formation. Wallen, Buckland will set it down. Buckland is the kicker for the Vikes. Wallen, the holder. Levi Taylor, the snapper. Snap on the way, a little low, puts it down, and didn't get it up. And Buckland's extra point try is blocked by Townsend. 11:05 to go here till halftime. The Vikings lead 14-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. We'll be back. Hold that. We'll stay right here. I'm not sure what's going on. It doesn't look like they're ready to kick, maybe. They got the down markers all the way at the far end right now. Check that. Vikings will kick off. All right, 11:05 to go here until halftime, 14-0. The Vikings lead the Townsend Bulldogs as Taylor takes that in. And Bigfork will kick off. Taylor will do the kicking for the Vikings. Out there ready to go is Bigfork. And Levi Taylor with the tee ready, waiting for the football. And back deep, it'll be number 32. Dawson Sweat along with number 3, Jesus Garcia to receive for the Bulldogs. They're back around their 10-yard line. And Taylor ready to kick for Bigfork from their own 40. Taylor kicks it deep. Inside the 20 and about the 17-yard line. Sweat will go up the right side. And Bigfork, on the far side, nice hit. Didn't take him down, but slowed him down. And a host of Vikings come in to wrap it up. Number 51 in on the tackle. Jordan Betts. I saw number 10 as well. Bryce Giggard in on the tackle for the Vikings. It'll be at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for Townsend at their own 33. So a pickup of 16 on the return for the Bulldogs. One receiver wide left. 2 receivers out to the right. Shotgun formation is Hovland. One setback right next to him. Snap, hands off, inside handoff, and brought down immediately. It met Bjorky on the tackle. And Stewart on the handoff. Number 25 for the Bulldogs. No gain, and 2nd and 10. And George Brown checking in the ball game for Rodriguez. For the Vikings. Shotgun formation, single setback next to him. 2 receivers out to the left. A single receiver out to the right. Hovland on the snap. Hands off immediately again to Stewart. Number 25. And Stewart will maybe pick up 2. Bjorky in on the stop again. Picks up 2 on the play. Make that 3. Takes it out near, we'll call it the 37-yard line. And 3rd and 7 for Townsend. Trips to the left. Single receiver to the right. Shotgun formation is Hovland. A single setback on his left. Snap. Looking to throw deep. Is Hovland underneath. Picked off nearly by Levi Taylor as he jumped in front of Sweat. And if Taylor takes that, he's taking that one to the house. I bet you there. In and out of the hands of the linebacker, Taylor, and falls incomplete. That'll be up 4th and 7. And I'm guessing the Townsend's going to want to punt here. They don't want to give the Vikings the short field. So Buckland, along with Epperle, will drop back deep to receive for the Vikings. Hovland back in punt formation. They're switching into a tight formation. Single receiver left and right. Hovland deep. He's going to kick it away. Kicks it. Epperle at the 25. Up the right side, out to the 40. Out to the near the 50. Across the 45, down about the 47 is Isaac Epperle on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes at their own 47-yard line. And great field position for Bigfork. On a nice return by Isaac Epperle. He says 46, I say 47. We're going to have I formation, Wallen. Taylor and Ben behind him. Wall under center, sneaks the snap directly, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor at the middle, spinning and running across the 50, down to the 40, down to the 30-yard line as he drags Bulldogs with him as they're nipping at his heels. And Levi Taylor down near the 30, all the way to the 31-yard line. And it'll bring up another Bigfork Vikings first down. Wallen under center. I formation, Ben behind Taylor. Epperly out to the left. Snap, gives it right the middle, back to Taylor. Taylor runs it up the left side, inside the 30, down near the 28 or 27-yard line.
Levi Taylor brought down by Wade Leachman and company for a couple yards gain.
He'll pick up about 4 on the play, and we'll call it about 2nd and 6 for Bigfork. Epperly out to the left. And 26 checking in. Ryder Nolan coming in for Taylor at fullback. Ben behind him. Wallen under center. Takes a snap, hands it up to Ben. Ben right up the middle. Going to run all the way down inside the 20, down in the 10-yard line on a nice run up the middle. Nice blocking there by the offensive line, breaking Ben all the way down inside the 10. And they're going to mark it about the 9-yard line. And first and goal, Bigfork. 8:08 to go here till halftime and counting. 14-0 Vikings lead on your Harvest Food scoreboard. I formation, Ben behind Nolan. Wallen under center, tosses it to Ben. Ben cuts in the right side, cuts back out to the outside. Inside the 10, down near the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. We'll see where they spot it momentarily. Brought down there by number 44, Richard Jones for Townsend.
Jones and company brings up 2nd and short.
Got it all the way down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. Split backs, Nolan and Ben. They go to I formation, Wallen under center. Epperly out to the left. Looking for the play call. Wallen talking to his backs. Snap, gives it up to Ben. Ben right up the middle. He's going to go in for the touchdown. As Cormac Ben right up the middle, off the right side, scores from 2 yards out. 7:14 to go here to halftime. The Vikings lead 20-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Wallen set to snap. All the linemen out to the right side. Levi Taylor, the long snapper. Linemen come and line up in normal formation. Taylor, the snapper. Wallen will put it down. Buckland will kick it up. Right down the center is George Buckland on that one, on a good snap and a good hold there by Wallen. 7:14 to go, 21-0 here. The Vikings lead on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. We'll be back momentarily from Townsend, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows on the Vikings Network, BFSD events here on YouTube. Well, the Vikings out. They're ready to go as Levi Taylor waits for the ball. And ready to kick off to the Bulldogs. Garcia, again, along with Sweat back deep for Townsend. And Levi Taylor to kick off from his own 40-yard line here in Townsend, Montana. The sun's setting down, but a beautiful night here as the lights come on here in Townsend. Taylor kicks it deep. Down there, picked up by Townsend and brought down immediately. Yeah, that's number 10. Bryce Gilliard as Garcia breaks it out across the 20 near the 22-yard line. And we'll call it maybe 22 or the 23. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs. So a good start to the ball game for the Vikings as they race out to a 21-0 lead. Trips to the left for Townsend. Hovland in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to the right. And he's going to throw it immediately and completes it. And got a broken tackle. And Taylor will take them down Braden Rock as Rock breaks out of the tackle on the far side. And takes it across into Bigfork territory at about the 46-yard line. So a big gain on the pass play. Little screen, and 1st and 10 from the 46 of Bigfork is the Bulldogs. They'll go trips to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Takes the snap, looking to throw it quickly out to Sweat. Buckland comes up immediately, takes him down around the 40, inside the 40. And they'll right at the 40-yard line. Looks like maybe a flag on the far side. Yes, it is on the side judge. And looks like a preliminary indication it is against Townsend. We'll take that one back. And that is the call. It's the block in the back on Townsend. Hard to see that flag on the far side there. Jeremy Taylor, the cameraman, helped me out there. Give me a little help on that far side. No wonder he got so many yards, that block in the back. They'll take it all the way back into Townsend territory at the 46. And that'll bring up 1st down, and we'll call it about 21. Trips left, 2 receivers, doubles to the right. Hovland in the shotgun. Snap, look, he's going to the right every time now. And Rock cannot hang on to that one. He was ready to get hit, and I think that's why he dropped that one. It'll bring up 2nd, about 21. Same trips to the left, doubles to the right. And I formation for Hovland. Looked like he left early. Trying to let it go deep. Up in the air. Turn around. And caught there is Rock over Abney inside the 20 as Hovland just chucks it up the right sideline. And, Braden Rock is 6'4" and has that height advantage there, Jackson Abney, of about 5 inches, and took advantage there. Trips left, doubles to the right. Flag as Bigfork was changing personnel and unable to get off the field is one of the Vikings, so the flag will fall. Too many men on the field for the Vikings as they try to get players out. It'll be 1st and 5 inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. And they'll go trips to the left, doubles to the right, and looking for that Rock, who's 6'4". Snap, Hovland looking left, and nearly, come from behind is Wallen to pick it off as that was intended there, I believe, for 32. Check that, number 2, Spencer. Pass incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Bigfork. 5:57 and counting. Here's the pass, falls incomplete. The Vikings lead 21-0 on your Bigfork Dental scoreboard here in Townsend, Montana. Cooling down a little bit, but sunshine, beautiful sunset, and a nice evening here in Townsend. 2 receivers right, 2 left. That's doubles. Hovland looking to throw a slant underneath, and it's tipped at the line and caught there by number 3, Garcia, on the slant. So the lineman for Bigfork tipped it, but not hard enough as Hovland threw it. And a touchdown for Townsend with 5:52 to go. One receiver left. Snapper, quarterback, and running back. All the linemen out to the right. Now they're going to march over. Everybody trying this newfangled way of doing things. And number 9 going to kick Sam Lane as Hovland will put it down. Puts it down, gets it up, and kicks it through. 5:52 to go here till halftime. The Bulldogs cut into the Vikings lead 21-7 on your Bigfork Dental scoreboard. We're back with more of the second quarter as the Vikings lead 21-7 from Townsend, Montana. All right, welcome back to Townsend, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows. Glad to be with you here on Friday night here in August as we kick off the football season. And lucky to be playing here in what the event's going on and this COVID-19 virus. Back deep to receive. Looks like number 30, Wyatt Hurd. George Buckland on one side and Abney on the other. Or check that, Jackson Nelson on the other side. Kicking off, it'll be number 9, Sam Lane for the Bulldogs in their own 40. And the Bigfork Vikings looking to go back on offense here with 5:52 to go to halftime. Whistle blows and Lane's ready to go. Kicks it deep, spiral. Rolls out of bounds, and the flag flies. And I think they call it kicking out of bounds because I don't think Nelson could come up with it as it was spiraling sideways. The one official on the far side says he touched it, but the two officials on this side say nothing. It was close. Nelson knelt down, but I don't think he was able to get it. And they'll spot it at the 35-yard line. And so it is, kick out of bounds. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 35-yard line. So Nelson did not touch it. Goes out of bounds around the 20. And that puts Bigfork at the 35. One receiver left, Wallen under center, I formation. Ben behind Taylor, right up the middle as Wallen loses his snap, and he's going to lose a couple. He went down, and the ball came out late, but he was in control, what they say. He loses a yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Vikes with 5:20 to go and counting. Wallen under center. I formation. Taylor. Ben behind him. Fisher out to the left. Snap. Gives it out to Cormac Ben. Toss to the left side. Going to take it up the right side. Flag flies in the backfield. By the referee. And a holding call on Bigfork. As Ben made it across near the 40-yard line, but that is all for naught as they're going to bring it back. It'll be 10 yards from the spot. Takes it back inside near about the 23-yard line. And they got to get out to the 46. That'll be second and 23 last time I checked the math. Split backs. Wallen under center. 2 receivers left in motion because Ferrier hands off to Taylor. Taylor dives across the 30, check that 25, out near the 26. So he'll pick up about 3. That'll be up third. Third and 19. They're at the 26, got to go to the 44, almost the 45. Third and 18 for the Vikings. Be smart. Fisher out to the left. I formation. Wallen under center. Counter play to Ferrier. Ferrier, nice play across the 40. He breaks it outside. He's going to go up the left sideline. He's down to the 40. He's down to the 30 and run out of bounds inside the 30. And the field is clean. No flags on the play, on the nice counter play as they faked the handoff to Taylor up the right side, countered it back to Ferrier, who ran up the left side, up the middle, breaks it out to the outside, takes it inside near the 30, down to the 32-yard line, and first and 10 Vikings. Nice call by the coach there. High formation, Taylor, Ben behind him, Ferrier in the slot. Fisher out to the left, snap. Gives it up to Taylor, right up the left side. He'll take it inside the 30, down near the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. And they're going to spot it right on the 25. Pick up about 7 and bring up second and 3 for the Vikings.
Brings up about 2nd and 4.
I got 2nd and 3. The announcer says 2nd and 4. Or maybe somewhere in between. High formation. Ben behind Taylor. Wallen under center. Takes the snap, loses it again. It's on the ground. As they need to work on that center quarterback exchange as they put it on the ground at Townsend. That's a second turnover on the Vikings as they were driving to score and answer the score by the Bulldogs. They'll spot it at the 26-yard line. First and 10 for Townsend for Bigfork. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Shotgun formation. They're going to run this all night. Hovland's going to look to throw, put pressure on him. Got to go up there and hit him. He runs out of bounds as Taylor was going to run him down. He didn't want to take a hit from him. Out near the pickup of about 2. We'll call it second down and 8. Once again, 2 receivers out to the right, trips to the left. Hovland back in the shotgun by himself for Townsend. Snap, looking out. He's going to roll to the left, throw it across his body, throws it late. No, nearly picked off. It is picked off by Gilliard on the tip pass, and Gilliard will hold on and go down about the 30-yard line. So the Townsend player running across the middle, I think that was number 4, Braden Rock, was behind him, tipped it. Tipped by a Bigfork player right into the hands of Bryce Gilliard. Gilliard picks it off, takes it back inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. So a good defensive play there by Bryce Gilliard on the old tip play. Vikings first and 10. Split backs. Ben to the left. Taylor to the right. Wallen under center. In motion. Goes Ferrier. Ferrier out to the right side. Throws it up to Isaac Bjorgi, and that pass is just a bit high inside the 20. That'll fall incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at the 29-yard line. 2:54 to go here till halftime. The Vikings lead 21-7 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. Vikings in the huddle. Wallen calling out the play. Fisher will go out to the left. Ferrier in the slot. Tight on the right side. I formation. Wallen in the center. Taylor behind him, followed by Ben. Wallen on the snap. Tosses it out to Ben. Ben right side. Gets good block from Taylor. Takes it up the right side and out of bounds. And he'll take it inside the 30. Tackle is Carson Lawlisher as he pushes Ben out of bounds at about the 25. We'll call it 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. At about the 25, just inside the 25-yard line of Townsend. Fisher out to the left. Ferrier in the slot, tied on the right side. I formation, Ben behind Taylor. Wallen under center. Takes the snap, gives it up to Ben. Ben looking for a place to run. Breaks to the outside. He's going to break it. He's going to get a first down. Takes it down near, I believe, the 10 or 15-yard line. We'll see where they spot it, and that'll be enough for a Bigfork Vikings first down as Ben breaks to the outside and takes it right at the 10-yard line. First and goal just inside of the 10 for the Vikings. Fisher to the left. Tight end is Nick Walker. Ferrier in the slot, tight right, I formation. Wallen under center. Snap, gives it to Ben. Ben right side, going to break it to the outside. Up, touchdown, Vikings. Nice blocking up front by the line in Bigfork. 2:35 to go. And the Vikings lead 27-7 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. They're going to go into regular formation. Wallen, the holder. Buckland, the kicker. And Levi Taylor, the snapper. Vikings come set. Extra point try. Snap on the way, puts it down. Wallen kicks it up, does Buckland. Whistle blows. And pulls it off to the left as Buckland. No good. The whole timing is slightly off. The snap was a little short. Wallen tried to put it down, and Buckland had to hold up before he could kick. 2:35 to go here till halftime, and the Vikings lead by 20, 27-7 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. You know something about Gilliard Painting, winner of the 2020 Best of the Flathead as the #1 best painting contractor, interior, exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking. Chip Gilliard, 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive in Bigfork, Montana. Contact them at 210-7794 or chipgilliard@yahoo.com. Well, that's a nice way to answer. Turn it over, then cause a turnover, and then take it down into score. I think the Vikings needed to do that after giving up that score to Townsend. So Levi Taylor ready to kick off for the Vikings. Thanks to all you guys out there listening or watching on the MHSA network. The game is Jeremy Taylor filming that game, and we had the live radio broadcast. Thank you to Townsend for allowing us to come here and bring the game to those people that can't make it. Once again, back deep, Jesus Garcia and Sweat. And here comes the kick from Taylor. He'll kick it deep at about the 15-yard line, out to the outside. And out of bounds is Garcia. They're out near the 30-yard line as he runs it up the left side. And there's a flag here on the near side. Looks by the side judge. Initial indication is against Townsend. Probably a legal block in the back or a hold. I'm looking for the white hat to give the signal. Actually, he's the one that threw the flag. And that pushes them back 10 yards. So it had to be like a holding call or a block in the back to be a 10-yard penalty. Anyway, it puts the Bulldogs back at their own 20, 1st and 10. And they'll put 2 receivers out to the right, a single receiver left. Shotgun formation is Hovland with a running back right next to him. Looking to run, trying to mix it up because they can't get the passing game going. And brought down there by Taylor is number 25, Tommy Stewart. Stewart will pick up a few. We'll call it 3. And 2nd down and 7, almost 2nd and 6. Snaps right away as Hovland trying to hurry up, throws it out, and Sweat met there immediately by Wallen along with number 9, Isaac Epperly. And Townsend will take a timeout as they bring it all the way out near the 30-yard line at the 29. It'll bring up 3rd and 1, 1:50 to go here at halftime. On your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, the Vikings lead 27-7. We'll be back after this timeout here in Townsend, Montana. Hey, once again, welcome. Put my mic down and may help a little bit. Once again, welcome back to Townsend, Montana on a beautiful night. Friday night football. Vikings taking on the Bulldogs of Townsend here. 1:50 to go to halftime. The Vikings are up 27-20. As they came out strong. 2 turnovers by Bigfork and 1 by Townsend. And the Vikings taking advantage of that turnover as they turned it over and got it right back. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 left. Shotgun formation, single setback is Stewart right next to Hovland. Hovland on the snap, throws out the screen to Sweat. Incomplete as he threw it at the feet of Sweat. Sweat can't come up with it, incomplete, and bring up 3rd, or check that 4th and 1 as they were trying that quick screen. So what will the Bulldogs do here? They take that chance and go for it on 4th and 1. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 2 setbacks, shotgun formation is Hovland. Look at snaps, got to run it right up the middle. And he got across the 30. His head in the football across the 30. And that should be enough for a 1st down. And it is. He just had to break the plane of the 30, and he did it. And right at the 30, 1st and 10, Hovland looking, rolling out to the right, and the whistle blows. Pass is complete, but flag flies to Garcia. And illegal procedure on Townsend. And that'll cost him 5 and 1st and 15, 1:34 to go. Looks like Townsend's going to go no huddle the rest of the way. It's a dead ball, so the clock won't start, but after this, they'll probably go the rest of the way. Pass by Hovland. Out to Sweat, caught out there. Buckland right there, up and Sweat. At about the 35-yard line. As the pass from Hovland out to the right side. Sweat will take it out to the 35. Called a penalty on Bigfork. Hands to the face on the Vikings. It cost them 15 out to the 50-yard line. Checked at the 49 of Bigfork. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Townsend. 1:13 to go to halftime. Trips out to the left. One receiver out to the right. Single setback. Shotgun formation is Hovland looking, dropping back. Pressure put on Hovland. Going to throw it way up there. And right there, George Buckland. That should have been offensive pass interference as Buckland gets pushed from behind there by Rock as Buckland stands in front, and pass complete all the way down inside about the 15-yard line. Shotgun formation. He rolls out to the left as Hovland looking to throw. Pass caught there by number 3 and brought down by number 9, Epperly, along with Abney, as a pass complete. Number 3, Garcia, a late throw across the right side, inside down near the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Townsend. And I don't know, I'll have to look at film later, but that pass deep to the 6'4" Rock looked like Buckland was right in front of him. And Buckland stands at 5'10". He's got 6 inches on him. It almost looked like Rock kind of pushed him a little bit, but no flag on the play. Rock catches the ball. That height advantage. Takes it down to the 15. Now they have it inside down to the 5 and 1st and goal. 49.2 to go to halftime. The Vikings up 20, 27-7 here from Townsend, Montana. Timeout taken. Bulldogs looking to get on the scoreboard before halftime. One receiver left, one receiver right. Tight end is Rock. Split formation. Hovland will roll out to the right and completes it on the rollout on the far side to number 3, Garcia. (27-13) on a UPS Store scoreboard. Weird formation with the lineman all the way out to the right. No, bring him in tight. Normal formation for an extra point. Hovland to put it down for Sam Lane, the kicker. Blocked there by Bigfork. So they return the favor from an earlier one. Looked like Levi Taylor got in there up the middle and blocked that one. 44 seconds to go here till halftime. And the Vikings lead by 14, 27-13 on your UPS Store scoreboard. All your printing and shipping needs, contact the UPS Store at 439 Grand Avenue in Bigfork. 837-2002 Brad Stoddshill and the folks at the UPS Store to take care of all your shipping and printing needs. Contact the UPS Store, downtown Bigfork. Well, the penalty and then the long pass cost the Vikings there. Trying to deal with that 6'4" Braden Rock with that height advantage at receiver. And he's a tight end. So Hurt back deep along with Buckland and Nelson to receive for the Vikings. And once again, kicking off, it'll be Sam Lane doing the kicking for the Bulldogs. Great to be here in Townsend, Montana on a Friday night. First game of the season for the Vikes and the Bulldogs. And Lane is ready to kick off for Townsend. He'll kick it right down the middle deep. Nelson will pick it up, fumbles it, picks it back up, out to the 30, the 40, goes all the way up the middle, takes it across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. Nice return by Jackson Nelson as he tried to pick it up around the 20, kicked it around a little bit, but able to pick it up and run it right back up the middle. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bigfork at about the 42, 43-yard line. And what will Coach Ben do here with 35.3 to go? I'm saying probably stay conservative and run it. 2 receivers out to the right, split backs. Wallen under center. Got to get that snap. Ferrier in motion. Going to hand it off to Taylor. Taylor met, fumble on the, ball's on the ground. And looks like the Bulldogs recovered at the 44-yard line. As that one squirts out. That's the one thing that the Vikings could not do. And it'll be marked at the 45-yard line. Vikings got to step up. Can't give them. You know that the Bulldogs want to throw it deep with Hovland. So that rock is out to the right side. Doubles to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Single setback next to Hovland in the backfield. Vikings need to put pressure on him. Get up there. He's throwing it deep. Out. Caught there. And he dropped there by Garcia, who caught the touchdown. Tried to pull it in. Drops it at the 35. Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. 25.3 to go to halftime. Halftime will bring up and give you the first half stats, of the first game here in Townsend, Montana. As Coach Buttry calls out the signals to his defense. Again, they'll go trips left, single receive to the right with Rock by himself on the right side. I'd watch out for that. Hovland, snap, looking. He's all looking for Rock. And tipped there by number 7, Ben. And couldn't quite knock it down. He'll complete out to Rock inside the 40 at about the 37-yard line. Check that 38-yard line. And 3rd and 3 with 20.6 to go. Keep it in front of you. Don't give up anything deep right now. As the Vikings are doing, and Townsend 2 to the right. 2 receivers to the left, single setback, shotgun formation. Hovland looking for the screen, putting pressure. He throws it back across, completes it out there, and a nice tackle, open field there by Patrick Wallen as that screen over to Stewart. And Wallen wasn't fooled on that play. Comes up from his linebacker spot and makes the tackle for a loss. Back out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th and 8. And the Bulldogs will take a timeout with 1.5 to go here till halftime. Well, the Vikings got to make sure they keep it in front of them. Nothing deep. That's probably what Coach is saying in that huddle out there. Do not get beat deep and do not get beat by number 4. That's Braden Rock, that 6'4" kid. Let somebody else catch it, but not him. So put your biggest guy you have out there on Rock, who's a tight end. And looks like Bryce Gilliard is pretty tall. Bryce Garrett at 6'3" or Epperly at 6'2", probably a better matchup against Rock here. And Rock will be out to the right side. 2 receivers right, trips to the left, and Hovland will go in shotgun formation. 1.5 to go. This will be the last play, unless barring any penalties, before halftime. Hovland looking, throwing it deep. And incomplete. That pass intended for Sweat hits the ground and falls incomplete. Buckland on the coverage, and the Vikings avoid that one. So we're at halftime, 27-13, the Vikings lead on your Big Fork Dental Center scoreboard. Dr. Aaron Price and team at Big Fork Dental Center are proud to support the Vikes and Vals athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today, 837-5611 or bigforkdental.com. Big Fork Dental Center and Dr. Aaron Price, proud sponsors of Big Fork Athletics. Well, halftime. And I'll be back here momentarily with your halftime stats here from Townsend, Montana, as the Vikings lead on your Big Fork Dental 4 scoreboard, 27-13 here at halftime. All right, welcome back to Townsend, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. And halftime brought to you by Big Fork Harvest Foods. For all your grocery needs, including an amazing bakery, deli, and much, much more, Marcus Bagos and Kelly Bagos and the gang at the Big Fork Harvest Foods every Friday night they're wearing, or Friday, they're wearing their Big Fork gear supporting Vikings and Valkyries athletics. Located at 8111 Highway 35 in Big Fork, Montana, 837-5010. Tell them thank you for supporting Big Fork Athletics. Well, taking a look at your halftime stats here. And let me get those up momentarily. I had it and I pushed the wrong button here. So 27-13 at halftime. Big Fork scores 8, 1 touchdown, and a 2-point conversion in the first, 19 in the second, 27 overall. Broadwater, nothing in the first, 13 in the second, and 13 total. Game leaders, and we'll take it by a team. Let's look at Broadwater. In team scoring, number of plays, Big Fork ran 46 plays to 29 for Broadwater. Total offense, 324 yards for the Vikes, 173 for Townsend. Time of possession, 1649 to 639. So Big Fork running the football, really taking care and taking advantage of time of possession against the Bulldogs. Rushing attempts, 43 for 301 yards in the first half for the Vikings, 6 for 12 for Townsend. 2 for 3 on pass completions, 11 for 23 for Townsend. Passing yards, 23 and 161 for the Bulldogs. Touchdowns, interceptions, 2 touchdowns for Townsend, 1 interception. Fumbles, Big Fork has 3 and lost 3, but they also got that 1 turnover back. 3 turnovers to 1 in that category. First down, 17-9, Big Fork over Townsend. Rushing, first down, 16-0. And passing, as you can probably figure that out, 1 passing for Big Fork, 8 for Townsend. Penalties, first down, 1 for Townsend. Third down conversion, 7 for 7 for the Vikes. So they're doing really well. 1 for 6 for Townsend. Fourth down conversion, only 1 attempted by Townsend and 0 for 1. Penalty yards, 4 for 40 against Big Fork, 4 for 35 against the Bulldogs. And punts average, 3 punts by Townsend for a 40.3 average. So look at your passing stats. Let's take a look at Broadwater, first of all. 11 of 23 for Hovland, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Stewart, 3 rushing attempts for 12 yards. Hovland 1 for 1. And Rock, the 6'4" guy, 4 receptions, 125 yards, and no touchdowns. Garcia has 2 touchdowns and 24 yards, and Sweat 20. Take a look at the Vikings and their stats. That's what you want to hear. Patrick Wallen, 2 of 3, 23 yards, and no touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, Cormac Ben, 21 attempts, 151 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Levi Taylor, 11 attempts, 79 yards, and 1 touchdown. Ferrier, 2 for 40, 20-yard average. Buckland, 1 for 16. Wallen, 4 for 10. Abney, 1 for 6. Receiving yards, Ike DeBuer, 1 for 19, and Levi Taylor, 1 for 4 on the 2 completions. Taylor leading the way on the defensive side, 3.5 tackles total, 3 solo, 1 assist. Buckland with 2, along with Abney and Gilliard with 2, and Bryce Gilliard with an interception as well on the tip pass. Wallen did a nice job on defense, 1.5, along with Benson, Epperly, and Bjorgi, 1.5. Nelson with 1, and George Brown with a half. Kicking, 1 for 1. I'd say 1 for 2, actually, on extra points for George Buckland, the one blocked. Punt returns, 1 for 19 for Epperly, Buckland 1 for 12. Kick returns, Buckland 1 for 29, and Nelson 1 for 25. Overall, Vikings really outrushing Townsend, which was expected, and Townsend out throwing Bigfork 161-23. So your halftime score, 27-13. Here brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. We'll be back with the second half from Townsend, Montana. Got about 6, maybe 10 minutes left till we kick off the second half. I'll be back with you momentarily. This is James LaFontaine. Glad to be with you Friday night under the Friday Night Lights as the Vikings lead the Townsend Bulldogs 27-13 here at halftime. Testing, 1, 2. I don't know if it's coming through, is it? Okay. All right, folks, welcome back to Townsend, Montana. It's James LaFontaine here. The second half, get ready to get underway here in about 1 minute as the Vikings lead 27-13. And the third quarter brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping you from getting fit with discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates, 850 Holt Drive, and Bigfork, 837-2582. All kinds of new stuff going on to the Montana Athletic Club. Put in last year that new features, the Mesa Functional Training Area, Jungle Gym Daycare, now available for drop and go, new recovery room, and things have changed as this COVID thing goes on. You want to check with the Montana Athletic Club at what they're offering. But this third quarter brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club, and thanks to Doug and Nancy Malum and the gang there for supporting Bigfork Athletics as always. So we'll get underway here as the Vikings lead 27-13, and they should be kicking off here to start the second half from Townsend, Montana. Cooled off a little bit, but still can see the mountains around Townsend. A beautiful night here in Townsend, Montana, under the lights on a Friday night as the Vikings lead by 2 touchdowns. So I'm along here with Jeremy Taylor, and Jeremy running the video right here, standing right next to him up on the scaffolding, bringing you the ball game. Hopefully you can hear me now, and that's coming in with the video, and we'll try to follow along. Hopefully I don't mess it up too bad. Here. So Levi Taylor going to kick off here to start the third quarter for the Vikings. And he'll kick off from the 40-yard line, and he wants to kick from the middle of the field. And it looks like going back deep for Townsend. It'll be Sweat, number 32, and looks like number 3 also, Jesus Garcia, I believe, to receive for the Bulldogs. And they'll go back at about their 10-yard line to receive the kickoff here. We're ready to go here in quarter number 3. Friday Night Lights here in Townsend, Montana. Taylor set, ready to kick. He'll kick it deep, up the right side, down, picked up about the 20 by Garcia. He's going to try to go out to the right, comes back, cuts left. Right there is Jackson Abney. He was not fooled by Garcia. Takes him out of bounds around the 30-yard line. We'll check, we'll see where they spot that. And looks like they can spot it right on, just inside the 30. At about the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Townsend at their 29-yard line. And the Vikings need to step up, play the second half like the first half. But the key to that, I think the Vikings need to take care of the football here in the second half. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Single setback in the shotgun is Hovland. Motion goes Sweat. Hovland with a snap. Looking. He's looking to throw it out there. Nearly picked off there by Epperly as he read that out, intended for Rock. And Epperly, if he picks that, he's to the house for 6 as he read that one clearly. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 as the pass falls incomplete as Epperly breaks it up. Intended for that Braden Rock. You can't see him. Braden Rock is 6'4", but Epperly it goes 6'2", so a good matchup there for the Vikings. They'll go doubles. That means 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Single setback right next to him. Hovland takes the snap. Hands it off immediately. Luke Benson right there to meet him in the backfield. And he'll meet number 25, Tommy Stewart, and take him down for a loss. Back inside the 30, now near the 25-yard line. And they'll spot it right at the 25. And they got to get out to the 39. So in my book, that's 3rd and 14. Last time I checked the math. 2 receivers, I checked that, trips to the right, single receiver to the left, Shotgun formation, Stewart right next to Hovland in the backfield. Waiting for the snap. Snap, looking to throw. Throws the screen, overthrows Stewart as Postal weight right there to kind of break that up, make Hovland throw it high, intended for Stewart. Tommy Stewart incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 14, and looks like the Bulldogs will have to punt. They can't afford to give the Vikings a short field here. Epperly, along with Buckland, back inside their 50 at the 45. Buckland will drop back to about the 40. Hovland, punt formation, looks to throw it immediately, and overthrows it. Unbelievable. That pass intended for Braxton Spencer in the slot. Overthrows it, now gives the Vikings a short field, and Bigfork says, yes, thank you very much. So turnover on downs. They'll put it about the 26-yard line, I believe. Make that, I can see out there. Kind of hard to see those. They're at the 25. Check that. 1st and 10 for the 25 for the Vikings. And they'll go on I formation. Taylor, followed by Ben. One receiver to the left. Slot formation is Ferrier. Wallen under center for the Vikes. He's going to hand off to Ben. Ben will kick it out to the right side. And he's met there by a host of, or as I should say, pack of Bulldogs, led there by number 5, Trey Hovland. Check that, Trey Hovland on the tackle. And looks like no gain for Ben on the first play. Buckland will go out to the right side along with Isaac Bjorgi. High formation, Wallen under center. Hands off to Ben. Ben up to the left side, going to race to the outside. Nice block there by Walker Fisher. And a flag flies late. And Ben scores the touchdown, but a flag comes out late from the far side. And I believe that is going to be momentarily against Bigfork. We'll see that as the referee calls it, but 2 flags from 2 different individuals fly across the field. I thought a nice block there by Walker Fisher, had the guy in front of him to break Ben. So they called holding, and that'll push him back. And where that holding takes place, it's from the spot of the foul. So it'll bring up 2nd and about 6 or 7. We'll call it 2nd and 6. So the Vikings didn't lose everything there. And 2nd and 6 inside the 25. We'll call it down to the 21-yard line. 10:15 to go here in quarter number 3. The Vikings on the drive. I formation, Wall under center. Taylor, Ben right behind him, and he loses it again on the snap, the exchange between him and Goosey. That's about the 4th time they put it on the ground. Luckily, Wallen comes up with this time, and they'll lose a couple. 3rd down and 8 at the 23-yard line. Fisher goes out to the left. Buckland tight in the slot. Wallen under center. Taylor followed by Ben. They'll give it out to Ben. Ben goes and driving up the left side. Push by the Bigfork Vikings as they keep pushing and waiting for the whistle to blow. Finally, Ben stopped near the 1st down. And we'll see where they spot it. As Ben takes it down inside the 20, down around to the 15. We'll see where they're going to spot it. And he picks up enough for a 1st down on a nice push there by the offensive line and lead block of Levi Taylor. Ben able to push it forward, and I got it about inside the 15, probably about the 14. Hard to see from here. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes. I formation. Wallen. Counter. Up the left side as the Vikings push. And a host of Bulldogs led there by number 11. I see Riley Rickmeyer in on the tackle. The handoff to Buckland, who was in the slot on the counter play. That's worked pretty good tonight. Buckland loses his helmet. He will come out of the game, and that'll be Jackson Abney in the ball game for Bigfork. So second and about 7, maybe 8 for the Vikings. Fisher goes out to the left. Abney in the slot on the right side. I formation. Wallen. Behind him is Taylor. He's going to toss it out to Ben. Nice block there by Taylor. And Ben gets to the outside and brought down there by number 18. That's Ryan Rock for Townsend. And he may have lost a couple yards. And takes it across the 15 out to about the 17-yard line. And we'll call it 3rd and 13. Fisher to the left. Abney, slot. I formation. Ben behind Taylor. Wallen under center. Snaps. Wallen looking. Throws it out. Fisher. And caught by Fisher. Touchdown Vikings as Patrick Wallen rolls out to the left. Fisher on the out. And Wallen hits him in stride for the touchdown for Bigfork. And a nice play there by Patrick Wallen, and a nice route run by Walker Fisher. And the Vikings will go for 2 right here in I formation. Wallen will go under center. And Bryce Gilliard gets on the field late. Snap. Right directly to Levi Taylor. Taylor running up the middle. Going to run in and gets in for the 2-point conversion. A nice job. Pushes the lead to 35-13. 8:11 to go here in quarter number 3 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. The Vikings lead 35-13 as Levi Taylor on the direct snap takes it in for the 2-point conversion. And the Vikings lead now by 22. Good job there by Bigfork to take it down and score here as they stopped Townsend to start the third quarter and forced him on a 4th down to try to go for it. Mistake there, I believe, by Townsend to give him that short field, and Bigfork took advantage of it. That's for sure. So the Vikings lead 35-13. And Taylor waiting for the football to kick off for the Vikings. Once again on a beautiful night here in Townsend, Montana. Jeremy Taylor doing a great job doing the filming of this, bringing you live action. Hopefully you guys are hearing what I'm saying and following along. We'd like to keep this going for future games here, so I think we've got this figured out. So Taylor waiting for the football to kick off. Townsend finally coming on the field. Again, back deep. It'll be Garcia along with Sweat at about the 10-yard line for Townsend. Actually, Garcia standing at about the 15. Sweat back at the 10, and Taylor to kick off for the Vikings. His kick up the right side, trying to force, it might roll out of bounds. No, and covering it up. Nice job. Number 3, Garcia covers it up. He dives on it, and it was nearly going to be an onside kick try right there if Garcia doesn't come up and get it inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Townsend at their own 23-yard line, trailing by 22 with 8:10 to go here in the third quarter. So the Bulldogs put 3 trips out to the left, single receiver, rock to the right, or left, trips to the right, Shotgun formation. Hovland, screen pass, and right there is Wyatt Hurd. And Hurd stepping up, making a nice play, and a flag goes flying and looked like unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody. And we'll see who that's against. And initial indication is going to be against Townsend, losing their cool. Unsportsman like. And I didn't catch the number of who that was, but that should cost him usually 15, but half the distance to goal. And all the way back, I believe, at about the 10-yard line. And it'll be second and Bigfork to go for Townsend. I would say about second and 25, actually. And single receiver to the left. That's Rock. Trips to the right. Hovland looking to throw that screen out early. Gets it out to the right side. And Bigfork right there to wrap him up. And it looks like Wallen on the tackle on the far side. A little hard to see here. Nice job. A third and about 13 as they picked up about 12 on that play. Bigfork keeping it in front of him. And the Bulldogs will go doubles. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Single setback. Stewart right next to Hovland. Hovland on the snap looking. He's looking to throw it deep. On it out there. And the only one there to catch that would be Wallen as he overthrows his intended receiver, Braxton Spencer, at about the 40-yard line. And it falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 13. And I don't think the Bulldogs will go for it this time. So Epperly, along with Buckland, back deep inside the 45 of Bigfork to receive the punt of Hovland. Whistle blows. And the back judge is counting. And I count 11 for Bigfork. I see 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11. Yeah, he waves the flag. He should have never thrown it. Wallen had to run on late. That was the 11th guy. And the back judge behind Epperly and Buckland thought there was too many players, but for Bigfork. Hovland to punt. Gets it up, a short punt. Fire, fire, fire. Away, goes out of bounds in Bulldog territory inside the 40. And we'll see where they spot it on the far side. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They're going to spot that inside the 40, I believe, at about the 35-yard line. Yes, it is. 1st and 10 from the 35. 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. And the Vikings lead 35-13 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Split backs. Taylor and Ben. Wallen under center, in motion. And Levi Taylor runs it up the middle. Left side, cuts back inside the 35, down around near the 30-yard line. And Sweat in on the tackle for the Bulldogs. He'll pick up about 5. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Maybe he's a long 5. Well, we'll still call it 2nd and 5 here for the Vikes. I formation, Wallen under center. Takes a snap, hands off to Ben. Ben right side, breaks it right up the middle, runs a few guys over, and takes it inside first down territory. Inside the 20, and they'll spot it right at the 20, I believe. And that'll bring up another Bigfork Vikings first down from the 20-yard line as they continue to drive down the field. Got to take care of the football the rest of the way. That's key, what Coach Ben talked about before the ball game on the pregame. So Wallen will go under center. Bjorky out to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Split backs. In motion. Goes Buckland. Buckland on a fly sweep. Going to run up to the outside. Breaks a tackle. He's going to go into the touchdown. Vikings as Buckland breaks a tackle and takes it inside from 20 yards out. George Buckland on a nice inside move to score the touchdown for the Vikings. Fly sweep worked that time as Buckland went in motion, and Wallen hands off to Buckland. Buckland out to the right side, breaks it back inside, and breaks the tackle to get into the end zone. So Bigfork will go for 2. This time, Ben in front of Taylor. Wallen under center. Ben with the direct snap. Ben will take it out, trying to get it out to the left side, trying to get to the outside, and he will as he jukes a couple guys, gets to the outside into the touchdown for the 2-point conversion. I should say across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. And the Vikings lead 43-13. 5:52 to go here in quarter number 3. On your UPS store scoreboard, it is Bigfork 43, Townsend 13 from Townsend, Montana. I'll be back momentarily with more of your third quarter. A shout out to Jerry Taylor. And Jerry, I'll let you know if you're listening on radio, the video, if you want to turn on the sound for your video, it will match up because I'm right next to that. It's picking me up as the action happens. The radio is going to be a little bit ahead because it's not video. So if you want to catch it both, listen to the radio and try to watch the video, it's going to be off. But if you're watching the video and catching the audio, it'll be together. For any of you guys listening out there. For those of you listening by radio, I got folks from South Dakota, I think Georgia, some other places all over listening to Bigfork Vikings football. Thank you for listening and tuning in to us and watching the video by Jeremy Taylor. So Levi Taylor, well, he'll take the football and he'll kick off again for Bigfork from their own 40-yard line. Again, you got, I believe, Garcia and Sweat. They swap sides back deep. And here comes a kick from Taylor. Taylor kicks it deep to the right side, and Sweat will pick it up at about the 15. Tries to go up all the way to the middle. Tries to break to the outside. Tackled inside the 40. 51 and 22. And on the tack, that's Jackson Nelson, along with Jordan Betts in on the tackle for the Vikings. And they'll take it inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 38 for the Bulldogs, as the Vikings try to stop them here. Well, we got trips to the right, doubles to the left. Shotgun formation for Hovland. Takes the snap. Gonna look to throw. Oh, picked off. Levi Taylor steps right in front from his linebacker spot. One by to beat. He's gonna go all the way. 5, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. As Levi Taylor read that, steps in front and went to the house. If you saw it earlier, Taylor did the same thing, but earlier he dropped the ball and would have had a touchdown. Nice job there by Levi Taylor as he reads that one, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house. So 49-13, 5:35 to go here in quarter number 3. And Bigfork will try for the 2-point try. Buckland, Wallen to hold, and Taylor to snap for the Vikings. Snap from Taylor, good snap, puts it down, and Buckland puts it right down the center. Nice kick by Buckland. It's kind of nice when that happens. You can see that when they have a good snap, gets it down, Buckland's going to kick it right through. 50-13. And that should be, after this kickoff, the clock should be running, because in my book, that's 37, and the clock runs at 35, so there'll be a running clock here momentarily after this kickoff. So 50-13 on your Bigfork Dental scoreboard. here from Townsend, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, along with my friend Jeremy Taylor on the video, bringing you the Vikings football game here Friday nights on the road. NFHS Network, we got the video and audio, and we got the radio on BFSD events here on YouTube here on Friday night. Well, Coach Ben would say he's going to figure out what team he had this year and how they came out, and look, they came out to play tonight, and they can really run the football and has some a good line up front to lead the way, and a really nice couple running backs. So Taylor to kick off. Again, Sweat, along with Garcia, kick to the right side, right to Sweat. Sweat picks it up at about the 25-yard line, full steam ahead. He's going to try to break it out all the way with the speed to Sweat, and Vikings stop him inside Bigfork territory. As Sweat has some speed there. Brings it into Bigfork territory. Nelson in on the tackle. And so Townsend will have the ball at the 43-yard line of Bigfork on a big return. He picks it up about the 20, 25, runs full speed ahead to Sweat. He's quick, I'll tell you that. Trips to the right, doubles to the left. Shotgun formation is Hovland. Hovland looking to pass to try to get the Bulldogs back in this one. Hovland from behind, going to get run down. He's going to run out of bounds. Does Hovland inside the 40. And they'll spot it at the 37. Checked at the 37-yard line, yes. So second down, 7 on the carry, and second down and about 3. Check that 6 on the play. Second down about 4 with 4:15 and counting as a running clock. Anytime one team goes up by 35 in football, the clock starts to run. It'll run the rest of the way unless there are timeouts. So shotgun formation, split backs on either side of Hovland. Doubles to the right, single receiver to the left. Hovland looking. Right protection. Here goes Postlewaite trying to run him down. And nearly picked off. Nice play on the far sideline by Buckland. Nearly picked that one off as that pass was intended for number 2, Braxton Spencer. And Buckland steps in front and knocks it away. That'll bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Bulldogs. And I'm sure on this side of the field, they would go for it on 4th down. Again, 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun formation. Hovland throws it up deep. Oh! And Sweat is overthrown by Hovland. And Bigfork with a break right there. As Sweat can't quite get to it. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 4 for the Bulldogs. 2:50 and counting here in quarter number 3. And the Bulldogs obviously in this situation have to go for it, especially in Viking territory. And they'll put Braden Rock out to the left. 2 receivers right, to the left, single setback. Hovland looking to throw the screen. Nearly overthrows him. And caught there by 44, but he runs his own guy. Number 44 is Ridger Jones, but he runs into his own guy and brought down there by the Vikings. I think Bryce Gilliard was in on that tackle. And it'll be turnover on downs because they don't meet the line to gain. It'll be Bigfork football at their own 35. The offense comes back out with just about 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3 as the clock continues to run. So 1st and 10 for Bigfork from their own 35 here in Townsend, Montana. I formation, Wallen under center. Going to hand off to Taylor. Taylor right up the middle. He's going to break it. He's at the 40. He's at 35, 30. 25, keeps pushing us through, down inside the 20, down into the 15, as Levi Taylor takes the handoff and runs right up the left side into Townsend territory. And we'll have to see where they spot that. Somebody down for Townsend, and so they'll all take a timeout here in Townsend, Montana. So both the Vikings and the Bulldogs will take a knee as one of the Townsend players hurt but able to get up. That's number 3. Looks like Jesus Garcia. It's kind of hard. Jesus weighs 152 pounds, and you got Levi Taylor at 205 about running you over. You might get hurt. And that's exactly what happened, but able to walk off is Garcia and resume. Be 1st and 10 on the far side at about the 15-yard line. 1:15 to go, and the clock continues to run. I formation, Wallen under center. Snap, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor looking to break it. They're going to break it up the middle all the way down near the goal line. And initial indication is he's just short. Stewart on the tackle for Townsend. 1st and goal from about, I believe, about the 2 or 3 yard line on the far end. And Wallen will go under center. Taylor right behind him, and Hurd right behind Taylor. Give up to Levi Taylor. And he did all the work. You might as well give him the ball again and let him cross the goal line. Touchdown, Vikings, as Levi Taylor scores from 3 yards out. And he earned all the yardage on that drive for the Vikings. The Vikings go up 56-13 as the clock is winding down here in quarter number 3. And Wallen will do the holding, Taylor the snapping, and Buckland will attempt the extra point try. Get a good snap down. And Buckland has been doing little fumble on the snap. And he barely clears the crossbar, but it's good by George Buckland. Again, a low snap. Got it down late. Buckland kind of had a hold up. If you're a kicker, that's not a good thing. So we'll head to the fourth quarter. The Vikings lead 57-13 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. And we're back with the fourth quarter here from Townsend, Montana, as the Vikings lead the Bulldogs. All right, welcome back to Townsend, Montana. Vikings lead 57-13. Fourth quarter, and it looks like number 1 kick it off. Tristan Hurd, the freshman for Bigfork. And Hurd kicks it deep. But Sweat right there on the return is going to try to return it all the way. That kid is fast. And running him down from behind is Jackson Abney. He said, no, you're not going to score here. Abney's got some speed for the Vikings as well, able to run him down from behind, but Sweat is really fast as well. Takes it all the way into Bigfork territory at about the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs here from Townsend, Montana. As the clock continues to run, and some of the backups getting into the ball game for Bigfork. So doubles to the right, single receiver to the left. 2 backs right next to Hovland in shotgun formation. Hovland hands off. He'll give it up to Stewart. Tackled there by Vikings. Looks like Gilliard. Bryce Gilliard in on the tackle for the Vikings. Picks up about 8. Make that 7. We'll call it 2nd and 3 for Townsend. Again, doubles to the right, single receiver left. 2 backs on either side of Hovland in shotgun formation for Townsend. Takes a snap, hands off, and brought down there. Somebody off the line came in there. Gilliard in on the tackle again as he brings down number 44 for Townsend. That is Ridger Jones. And he probably lost a yard there. 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Shotgun formation by Hovland with 2 backs on either side. Takes the snap, looking to run. Screen, throws it out, and wide open is the Bulldog number 2. Completed to Braxton Spencer. Runs in the end zone for the touchdown. And touchdown for the Bulldogs with 9:38 and counting. Excuse me there. And the Bulldogs will go try the extra point try. That should be Sam Lane as Hovland puts it down, kicks it up, and boots it right through. So 9:09 and counting to go here in the ball game. And within 37, but that does not stop the clock. You have to be less than 35. Clock will continue to run as the Vikings lead 57-20 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard from Townsend, Montana. So Bigfork will receive the kickoff here. Yeah, if this keeps up, I will try to get a couple folks here and talk to them. Get the head coach along with a couple players to talk to me at the end of the ball game on your post-game show. So you might want to stick around on radio. I don't know if you're going to have it on the NFHS if you're supposed to do post-game. We can have them stand down in front, and you can film them, and I'll give them the mic down there, and we can. I don't know if we'll pick them up though. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Maybe we bring Coach up here, and one player at a time, and maybe you can film them or whatever, or at least talk to them. So kick it off for the Bulldogs. Back deep is Hurd. Looks like Nelson and Buckland. And kick it off is Lane for the Bulldogs. Watching see if they try an onside. Not sure that they'll do that, but could be. Kicks it deep. Hurd at about the 10. Take it down to the right side. Hurd up the right side. Takes it across the 20, not the 25. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings around their 25-yard line. Ridger Jones on the tackle. So 1st and 10 for the Vikes at 25. Hurd brought it back about 15 yards on that return. So 8:15 and counting. I formation. Check that. And the backup, McManaway, in the ball game, hands it off to number 26. Ryder Nolan on the carry for the Vikings as Taylor, along with Ben, get a breather after playing a heck of a ball game. We'll have your full game stats and talk to a couple players here at the end of the ball game. Snap, McManaway gives it off again to Nolan. And some of the backups in the ball game for Bigfork. Check that, Wyatt Hurd on the carry. He'll take it out near the first down, about a yard short. It'll bring up 3rd and less than a yard as Nelson comes in the ball game for Hurd, and McManaway under center at quarterback for the Vikings. I formation, McManaway under center. Takes the snap, hands it off, right up the middle, and Ryder Nolan gets across. Yeah, look at enough for the first down for Bigfork. And they'll move the chains with 6:39 to go. Braden Rock in on the tackle along with Leachman for the Bulldogs. Out the 38, we'll call it the 38-yard line, their own 38, and 1st and 10 for the Vikings. One receiver out to the left. I formation. Nolan and Hurd, I believe. McManaway will toss it out. Gives it out to Hurd. Hurd on the right side is run out of bounds, but the clock will continue to run. He'll lose maybe Hovland in on the tackle. He's going to lose a couple. And 2nd and about 12. Hurd comes out. Nelson in the ball game. Andrew Olsen, receiver out to the left. Tight formation. Nelson back deep. McManaway handing off to Nelson. Nelson right side. Going to run up, trying to push. Line's trying to push up near the 40-yard line. Back to about the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard past that. Yes, he did. Picked up about 3 on the play, but that'll bring up 3rd and about 9 for the Vikings. From the 39-yard line, the Vikings, I formation. One receiver out to the left. McManaway under center. Takes a snap, tosses it out. Gives it out to Hurd. Hurd trying to get around the corner is cut down. And ball comes out, but Bigfork comes up with it as Braden Rock takes down Wyatt Hurd. And it'll bring up 4th down, loss of 2. 4th and 12. And Bigfork will have to punt. So they'll bring their regular punt team on. Make sure they have the right personnel. Ferrier back to punt for Bigfork. First punt of the game. Hikes it over his head. Ferrier's going to get it. He's going to run up the left side. He's going to get some blocking. Here goes Ferrier. He's across the 30, at the 50. Out to 45, and he's going to get it up for a first down and a broken play. Unbelievable for Ferrier. Ferrier, the ball snapped over his head. Goes back and picks it up. Jukes the guys, runs up the left side, gets some blocks, breaks it out to the right. Nearly broke it all the way. One guy to beat. Takes it across the 45 down to the 43-yard line of Townsend. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes with 3:40 to go in the ball game. Shotgun formation is McManaway. Fly sweep to Abney. Abney go to the right side. He'll take it down near the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. Picked up a couple, I believe. And it'll bring up second, about 8. Check that. Picks up 3, second and 7 for the Vikes as Coach Ben getting a lot of backups in the ball game, so an opportunity to play. One receiver out to the left. Tight formation. I-backs. McManaway under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off to the up back. I believe that's Ryder Nolan. And he's met there immediately. Maybe he gained a yard on the play. Down to the 40-yard line. Needs to get inside the 35 to the 34, so he's 3rd down and 6 for the Vikings. 2:21 to go and counting as the clock continues to run. One receiver out to the right. McManaway under center. I formation. Takes the snap, tosses it out this time. Running up the left side. Brought down by number 51 is Nelson on the carry, and he's brought down by a 51, Wade Leachman. Inside the 40 down to the 43-yard line. So 4th and 4. 1:44 to go, and I think Coach is just going to run the ball again. Got possession, might as well. Taking a knee. And it'll be turnover on downs. The clock will continue to run at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Townsend at their own 39-yard line. And the Vikings leading 57-20 with 1:10 to go in the ballgame. So the Vikings defense back out with some substitutions. Some guys getting in the ballgame and playing tonight. Once again, James LaFontaine along with Jeremy Taylor, glad to be here with you for Bigfork Vikings football here on Friday night, here at the end of August. First game of the season. We're glad we got to play with everything going on. And Townsend looking. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation is different quarterback. Have to pick that up. He's looking to throw deep. Oh, and just over the hands of Wyatt Hurd is in the ball game. Number 15 looks like Ryan Rock at quarterback. Maybe that number 18. Okay, 20 seconds and counting. This ball game is over, and we'll try to get the coach and couple of players to talk with me after the ball game. Snap, handoff. They're just going to run it to 44. He's taken down by the Vikings. And that will be your ball game. As 44 helped up there by Ryder Nolan. That's Richard Jones. So your final score, 57-20 on your UPS Store scoreboard. Thanks to Brad Stodson and all the gang at the UPS Store scoreboard for all your printing and shipping needs. 439 Grand Avenue, Bigfork, Montana, 837-2002. I will be back with your full game stats and try to get the coach along with a couple of players to talk to me post game. All right, welcome back as I'm getting the final game stats, looking to get Coach Ben along with Levi Taylor and as well as Cormac Ben, who led in the rushing tonight. And if we take a look at game leaders, we'll take a look at Bigfork. 69 plays to 46, 507 yards of offense to 211. Time of possession, doubling it up 32 to 15. Rushing attempts, 65 for 468 yards. Unbelievable by the Vikings. Wallen 3 for 4, 1 touchdown. A nice pass on that out to Walker Fisher for the touchdown. Ben, 25 carries, 189 yards, 3 touchdowns. Levi Taylor, 16 carries, 49 yards, and 2 touchdowns, leading the way. Ferrier was 60 yards, Buckland 40, Wallen 10, Nolan 10, Abney 9, Nelson 5. Receiving, Bjorgi with 1 for 19, Walker Fisher 1 for 16, and the touchdown. Taylor 1 for -4. Defensive stats, Jackson Abney and Bryce Gilliard leading the way with 4 tackles, 3.5 to 2.5. Or Levi Taylor with 3.5, Wallen with 2.5, Buckland, Benson with 2 apiece, Epperly, Bjorgi, Nelson with 1.5, Hurd, Aurelier with, and Nick Walker with 1 apiece, Ferrier, Postal Weight, George Brown, Betts, and Levi Peterson with 0.5. And that usually means they're assisting. So Buckland, 4 for 4, actually probably 4 for 5, or 4 for 6 tonight, missed 2. The snaps really probably caused that. Epperly punting 1 for 19, Buckland 1 for 12, Buckland 1 for 29, and return Jackson 1 for 25, and Whitehurd 1 for 14. Passing yards, of course, Bigfork 39, Broadwater 190, but rushing yards 468 to 21. Bigfork really dominated their offensive line, dominating along with the running backs, just really running hard and a great blocking up front. Looking to get Coach Ben over here and then talk to both Levi and Cormac Ben and talking about their first game for both Coach Ben and Cormac as a Viking. So we're going to bring that to you right here. Post game brought to you by Gilliard Painting. Winner of the 2020 Best Flathead as #1 best painting contractor. Gilliard Painting, contact them for all your painting needs. So here comes the coach and the players. We'll have them here momentarily, and we'll try to film them as well. Have them talk about the game. So, and I want to make sure this other mic works. So when I give that to them, they can hear, or you guys can hear what they have to say tonight. Once again, James LaFontaine along with Jeremy Taylor on the camera, bringing you Vikings football here from from Townsend, Montana, as the Vikings win this big 57 to 20. And looking for the coach. Well, he's talking to that. I will try to bring up one of the players first then. So, one moment. Yeah, where's Cormac, too? Okay, one at a time. Levi. I'll talk to him, then we'll switch. I'll give you this so I can talk to you. All right, great job.
Oh, sorry.
Once again on the postgame show, we got Levi Taylor. 149 yards tonight rushing, and I thought your offensive line did a great job up front, and you guys were really able to control the game. Talk about the game and what your game plan was. You know, you guys are a running team, obviously. What did you guys do, and how did you guys prepare for tonight's ball game?
Well, you know, we were just ready all over the summer. We came into work every day, every single morning. That was all our line. Mac will say the same thing. Everything that we did today was our line. That's it, and I don't know, it was all our line today.
So talk about, I mean, couple of those things where you got the ball, you just didn't, and you ran that one kid over. In the first half, you missed that interception. You dropped that ball. And I thought if you caught that, you were going to take it to the house. Talk about that one.
Well, I guess it's all God's plan. So if I got that, maybe I would have got a big head in the first half, and I don't want that. And if I would have gotten that, maybe I wouldn't have tried hard in the second half. So like I said, it's all God's plan, and maybe he meant me to drop that ball.
No, Levi, I know you're not that type of person, but you got it in the second half. What did you do to read that? What you knew, because it looks like you read what's happening and what receiver, and you stepped right in front to take that one to the house.
Well, like I said, we put in the work. We played them last year, same exact offense as last year. So just the film was the same. We just put in the work, and we're ready as when the week came.
Well, great job. Way to open up the season at Townsend, travel on the road. Glad with COVID that you guys got to play tonight. So thanks for joining me on the post game. Yeah. And we'll talk to you hopefully next week when you take on Cutbank at home in our first home game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great job tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Levi Taylor joining me on the post game. I'm going to bring up Cormac Ben. Actually, he is on TV, so I want to bring up the head coach here momentarily. Hey, Matt. Jim. So try to bring Jim Ben, and then I'll bring up Cormac as well up here. Maybe I can get both of them, but I don't know, and talk about tonight's ball game. So it's good to have these guys on the postgame show. And we'll talk about Cormac, who led the way. Hey, first of all, welcome to Bigfork football.
Thank you.
It's really good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Talk about tonight's game. A great win. I thought you guys rushed the ball really well. 25 carries, 189 yards, and 3 touchdowns for you.
Yeah, I mean, our linemen have been doing a great job. The holes I've been running through gives me goosebumps running through those lines. The open lanes I see is crazy. Yeah.
I thought that was the key, that your line really did block well up front and sustain that. And even sometimes when you were running, Levi was giving you that lead block and breaking it out, and you guys ran. I thought you ran the ball hard, and overall had what was it? Total 507 yards of total offense. 460 yards, 8 yards rushing.
Yeah, we just wanted to come out, and we knew we were going to smack them in the run game, and our big boys did a great job in finding those holes for us, and we're excited to keep going.
Well, congratulations to you on the first win. Welcome to Bigfork. It's good to have you here, and look forward to next week as you take on Cutbank at home in non-conference, and your first home game with the Vikings at home. So nice job tonight.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Cormac Ben joining me on the post-game show.
189.
Yeah, I told 25 rushes, 189 yards. Head coach Jim Ben, well, there's no better way to open up the season.
There's things we got to get better at.
Yeah, and I know what you're going to talk about exactly.
Take care of the
3
ball.
Turnovers.
4.
4 total. Yep. But one I thought was key. You turned it over, and then you got the pick. Yep. And then you took it in for a touchdown. Yep. But
we just got to take care of the ball, and it's the fundamentals of the game, and you better believe we'll be working on quarterback center exchange a lot next week.
Yeah, I think you had 4 or 5 drop snaps, and
it's got to get better.
Yeah, got to work on that and take care of the football, like you said. You talked about the pregame. You didn't know what your kids were going to do coming out, but if they looked like they came out and ready to play, and you really ran the ball so well.
Yeah, I didn't really plan on running much tempo, but we kind of caught fire with it, and we have it in the grab bag, and it's amazing what it does in these early season games to set a tone. And the great part about it is, even when the things get tighter later in the season, it's something they can draw on because they don't ever feel like the game is going fast. A couple of the linemen said, "Man, it seems so slow out there. We had such a long time between plays," and that's a good sign. I don't think my linemen got tired. I think my backs did, so we got to get better with that. But the linemen are in great shape. I'm really pleased with that.
Well, Cormac had 189, and Levi had 149 yards. He had 468 yards rushing. I mean, just a dominant night on the ground. The Bulldogs tried to fight back at times and get their passing game, but I thought you stepped up and made some plays when you needed to.
Coach Rao said before the game they're a little bit banged up. He does a fantastic job. Obviously, they're going to find things, and the empty set's always difficult, because really if one guy misses a coverage, it's gonzo. So,
yeah, that Rock kid, 6'4",
he's got good hands and he's a good ball player.
Yeah, he's the one that kind of hurt you tonight.
Yeah.
He led their way in the passing game. But I thought your guys put pressure on and Hovland and made him throw the ball at times when he didn't want to, and made him pay for it. And Levi stepped in.
Yep.
Earlier he dropped that one, but that second one he got it. And
he did a nice
off.
job of getting underneath that. And like I said, I'm just more than pleased with how we started the season. And we'll iron out some of those deficiencies that are there, and we have a heck of an opponent coming to town next week in Cutbank. So,
have to give the keys to Matt.
Nice.
AD to the vehicle. Oh, maybe he's got it open. Anyway, great job tonight. Look forward to next week as you take on Cutbank. Great win. Go enjoy it with the kids, and thanks for joining me on the postgame. I know the people out there like to see you and hear from you and the kids and what's going on.
I look like a bank robber half the time.
Yeah, but we're working here, so it's okay.
All right.
Once again, Coach, thanks again, and congratulations on the first win of the game.
We'll enjoy it for a little bit here. All
okay,
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your son had a nice game tonight.
All right, once again.
Thanks, guys.
You bet.
Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside.
Gilliard Painting, the sponsor of the post-game show. Thanks to Jeremy Taylor again for joining me and filming tonight. I thought that worked out well once we got the audio going, and great job on the post-game show. Once again, this is James LaFontaine from Townsend, Montana, 57-20. The final is the Vikings open up the season Friday Night Lights and win their first game of the season. We'll be home next Friday night at 7 o'clock as we take on the Cutbank Wolves from Bigfork Stadium. It's James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes, signing off and saying good night from Townsend, Montana.